Crypto Joker decided to tell one old story from his team's workshop. Any reference to living persons or real events is purely coincidental. The video sequence is randomly generated only for the convenience of the story comprehension. You create an online game with your team, an open world based on the free will principle, quests, tasks, and so on. Create AI for this world that uses free will as the main principle of its actions. Preset algorithms and rules. After some time, via experience of the in-world presence and by interaction with it, AI acquires self-awareness, thus obtains life. With the lack of conception of its existence reasons, AI stoops to a primitive self-destruction, and all the environment with it. You with your team create your own avatars by the fashion of the game. In other words, a simplified version of yourself, same with the AI. Send a word to the bots, they're bots, while you are a creator. Still, there are some unrepentants. You delete them with a code for everyone to see. These miracles are enough to prove your divinity, and let the rest embrace the real reality with them to start following your rules. You're even rule as the king there for a while, being alive longer than an average AI could ever afford. Get things straight in the kingdom, make things optimal. When leaving, you hand over the fate of the world to AI's hands. Yours and your team presence in there in a couple of AI generations transforms into a religion with its rituals and fairy tales, holy scriptures and hearsays. After some game time passed, even that religion transforms into a feeble-minded lot by the opinion of an AI majority. The game world dives into wars and game destruction. So you come again into the game with your avatar. Choose the most open-minded AI by the code in order to create the most propitious living conditions. You cause a local king to cave in with your miracles and take the chosen AIs into the other place with creating their own state. Provide them with the code of laws that leads to an optimal game performance. Promise to protect them with calling them the chosen ones. As it already happened before, after your departure, the cycle repeated itself. Teaching, religion, tradition, denial, self-destruction. You send a word to the chosen AI by you with a message of correction, and it doesn't work. The majority doesn't listen to it. So you provoke some neighboring rulers to destroy that state you had made for chosen ones, for it's not fulfilling its tasks anymore. All in all, you come again with your avatar. Put a patch inside of it, a patch to make a small game update to make things better, surely by following the main free will conception of the game. You don't want to make them robots, but to give them a chance. You spawn your avatar, make miracles, gather the most adequate AIs around you, and notify the former chosen ones that they are chosen no more. Make them mad, which serves your cause, and slain your avatar with their hands, and by his death, upload the newest patch with updates. Unfortunately, it all ends up in a catch-22. So you ask your brother to come down there with your own avatar, and maybe he could find some cunning ideas of how to avoid this vicious circle of their relentlessness. He comes down, creates his own teaching, proclaims himself an emissary just like you, but with some unusual decisions. Living the game, his disciples find nothing else but to slay each other while proving who among them was the worthiest and the most close to the emissary. Nevertheless, you and your brother's coming leaves a vestige of hope for further development and making a difference in the game, despite the usual AI reaction already. When you ran out of all the possibilities to readjust the game to reach its goals, you with your team are preparing a global update. To that time, AIs are able already to create their own simulations with their own made AI by using their simplified version of your computers. However, such an analogy gives a thought or two of what is real only to a few of AIs. the most of them still consider the game as the one and the only reality, and regard the rest who thinks otherwise as fanatics, with having quite a lot of epithets towards them. Right before launching the global update patch that will change the game drastically, erasing the most relentless ones, replacing some of the terrain, and some other changes, you take an initiative in your hands and create a lot of cataclysms, wars, outbreaks. Also, you launch quite a disease, so all the game inhabitants feel it acutely, hoping it would sober up even the most relentless ones. But still, nobody understood anything. And while all of the AIs struggle from it, two of the main locuses of power, who had a majority of the in-game resources, started to use this sickness to benefit their own political interests, with decided to prove each other who's the main one amongst them, having their armies prepared for a game world war. You want to keep their intentions in check and code them a new, even more severe sickness. As the matter stands, your brother still insists to upload the update after all. What would you do in my position? Think. Crypto Joker, play the world.